Okay, so go ahead, do your multiplication. Two groups of x plus 5. And get 2x plus 10 equals 16. Just like yesterday. Move the 10 to the other side by subtracting. And we get 2x equals 6. I guess I should write properly. Divide by 2. X equals 3. Hands up if you got that. Woohoo! Just passed the quiz. Okay, pretty straightforward. Nothing spectacular. Just multiply in first. You may have more of those though than just one. Okay. Other question number 2. Negative 9 equals 3 bracket 2 minus x. Okay. So go ahead, multiply in. Now here's a trick with this one. Okay, move the 6 to the other side. Don't look at its behind. Let's say behind because it's so weird. Okay. How did you move the 6? Sydney, take your chance. Why? Well, I see a plus 6. I'm not looking here. No. I look in front. And that's why you're minusing the 6. Okay. So we get negative 15 equals what? What's left? Negative 3x. So negative sign doesn't disappear. It belongs with the 3. That's huge. Okay, the negative sign belongs with the 3. We often think it's a 6, but that's not correct. It's with the 3. Okay, good. Doesn't matter the x is on the other side. Who cares? What are we going to do to get rid of the times 3, negative 3? Divide. Okay, we just did that one on the board. So, what does x equal? 5. Okay. Does that weird you out that x is over on the right side? No, shouldn't. Some teachers say, oh, well, you shouldn't write it that way. It always has to be x first. I don't care. I think we can all see what x equals. Okay? But if next year a teacher says, no, it has to be x first, then you need to flip it. Okay? So flip the question. Or the answer, rather. And we can show you how. I mean, we could solve x on the other side. It doesn't really matter. Okay? So now we're going to thumbs up down the middle. What would you guys say? Good. Okay, it's not a huge crazy thing. So we're going to get a little bit more intense now. Question number 3. We're going to go 4 bracket 2x minus 9 bracket equals 7 bracket negative 2 minus 2x bracket. Okay. So you're going to see some questions like this. So the first thing you want to do is multiply to remove brackets. So we want to get rid of our multiplication brackets. So multiply in, multiply in, multiply in, multiply in. Go ahead, write the answer below. Okay, so 8x minus 36 equals negative 14 minus 14. Good. So what we want to do, what's different? What do we want to do? You haven't seen this before? What do you got over here? What do you got over here? That's weird. What should we do? Add them. So we want to put them on one side. Okay. So we want to move the x terms to the same side. Now when you're doing this, every single time when you do this, it's always by either adding or subtracting. Okay, by adding or subtracting. Usually it's easier if you move the lower, or you move the smallest. It's not mandatory, and you won't be able to go all over the place with this, but usually that makes it easier for us. Okay, so what's lower, 8 or negative 14? Okay, so move the negative 14. How would you move a subtracting 14? Okay. Add 14x. Okay. And so then you're going to get 22x minus 36 equals negative 14. Now it's exactly like we did yesterday. Okay, so go ahead and solve for x. Oh, what's negative 14 plus 36? 22. Okay, and so then we divide by 22. What does x equal? 11. Okay. Did I show all my work? No, but do you know exactly what I did? Yes. So you can start showing less work, but each line tells me exactly what you did. Okay. But if you're still at the beginner stage, show lots of work by doing the plus 14 and minus 14, the divide by 3. Okay. It's not 11, it's 2. 1. You guys. How could you always get that wrong? Okay, it was me. I'm sorry. I screwed up. Okay. Any questions? Now, if you just show less work and you get it wrong, then go back to showing more work. So, we're going to do 2 more. Number 4. The instructions are solve and check. Okay. So we're going to get 5 bracket 2x minus 3 bracket plus 6 equals negative 35 minus 3x. Okay. We're almost as hard as we're going to make these ones. So the first thing I want you to do is multiply in after you write it down. Go. Once we multiply it out, we get 10x minus 3 plus 6 equals negative 35 minus 3x. Don't move things yet, okay? Collect like terms. That just makes things so much easier for you. That's what I wrote down. What are you guys talking about? Okay. So collect like terms now, please. Okay. Now this is an easy one because there's only 2 things to put together, right? The 15, negative 15, and the 6. So we get 10x minus 9. Is that right, please? Minus 35 minus 3x. Now you want to move the x terms. So we added one more thing, collecting like terms. We're pretty much at the full meal deal now of the questions. Okay. Whether you move the 9 or an x or doesn't. No, it doesn't. Generally, I'd move the x's first because it makes us feel better. So I'm going to move my negative 3x. So here I get 13x minus 9 equals negative 35. So I added 3x to both sides. Okay. Then I'll move my 9. by adding it. I'm going to get negative 26.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I divide by 13, negative 2. Okay. So I'm showing a little bit less work, but this is exactly what I need to see. You shouldn't show any less work than what I just did. Okay? You cannot show any less work than what I just did. Okay? So, Miti, yep. Yeah. Okay. Any others? Okay. So now we got to check it. Okay. So we're going to start by writing down the original question. 5 bracket 2x minus 3 plus 6 equals negative 35 minus 3x. Then substitute in. This is where it can get complicated. Okay. So I've used the blue pen to show you that's a multiplication. So you're going to get 5 times negative 4 minus 3 plus 6 equals, oh, and I shouldn't do the equal sign. What should I be using? Great Wall of Czech. Do not cross it. See how it's a more complicated right side and left side? Minus 35 plus 6. Okay, so do your multiplications. So now following proper bed mass, you would put those together. And you get 5 times negative 7. So I'm looking at my brackets first before I add or subtract. And this would be negative 29. No, that's not right. Is it? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm all turned around here. Okay, then we get negative 35 plus 6. And we get negative 29. Negative 29. Okay. Notice, once you start your check, it's like a left side equals a right side. It's like you have 2 separate questions now. And you're doing bed mass. So bed mass over here and bed mass over there. You don't have anything together now. Okay, they're separate. Okay, now the hardest question you're going to see today, we're going to do that right now. Okay, so it's going to be another solve and check. And this will be just about the hardest you're going to see for the unit. The question is this, number 5? 6? 5? And question number 5. Okay, 4 bracket m minus 2 bracket minus m plus 3 bracket equals m minus 1. Lots of little things to be careful of with this question. So the first thing is to multiply to get rid of the brackets. You guys want to know what you have to be super careful of? The subtraction sign. Right? In order to subtract properly, what do you have to do? Change your signs. It's like you're multiplying in by a negative 1. And that's how we used to always just teach it. Oh, it's just a negative 1, multiply it in. And that works. But really, you've got to subtract properly. So we should get 4m minus 8 minus m minus 3 equals m minus 1. Okay. Go ahead, try this question on your own now. 3m minus 11. That should be your next step. So you collect like terms. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 8 minus 3 is negative 11. Okay. Then I'm going to move this m to the other side by minusing m. So I get 2m minus 11 equals negative 1. Then I'm going to add 11. 2m equals 10. Divide by 2, m equals 5. Yep.
I did the check already. But is your check supposed to, like the answer of your check, they're supposed to be equal? Did I actually do that?
Well, when they're equal, they mean that this is the correct answer.
Oh.
That's what it means.
So
If they're not equal, it means you better go back up and find your mistake. Okay, good question.
So it doesn't matter if like the answer is 5, m equals 5, or you get like 4.
That's what you're supposed to, that's what's, it is not supposed to equal 5 at all. Okay, it might, that's really rare and extremely odd, but it can't, but usually it doesn't. Okay, so for my check, 4 times bracket 5 minus 2 minus bracket 5 plus 3 equals 5 minus 1. What did I just do there that's different? Yeah, I didn't write down the original, I just substituted into it. So this is the lazy person check. I'll take it, it's better than nothing. Okay. Then I put down my Great Wallet check, and I get 4 on that side. Here I get 4 times 3 minus 8. 12 minus 8, 4. So as long as the numbers are the same, that means that m equals 5 is the correct answer. So left side equals right side. I know I got marks. So you don't really have to get a wrong answer on the test because you can do a quick check. Okay. If you're unsure, do a quick check. Look over your work. Okay.